but it's now warm enough to have campfires, bonfires outside. So now I'm getting pings on cages of cedar, and all this stuff sells. So I'm taking literally garbage. I'm selling it. And welcome back, Fire Addicts, to another episode of Travis Shows Fire. And today we're gonna fill up this cage with wood. So I've shown this a few times on my channel, but I have several new subscribers. Maybe you have not seen this yet. This is an IBC tote. Cut it out. If you watched Firewood channels before, this is nothing new. But this fits perfectly in the back of my Tacoma. Okay, I use this to deliver bulk wood. And when I say bulk wood, I usually deliver 1 kg at a time. Now, when people want wood and they want it in bulk form, it's going to be delivered. They can't come here and pick it up. I don't want anyone in my backyard. It is what it is. That, and I make a little bit extra money for the firewood. So that's in a nutshell why. When I do deliver what it's going to be in this cage. Now I have 2 types of wood that I can deliver. That's me shorties or cookies of softer wood, or cedar chunks, which is going to be going in this truck here. So let me show you the cedar chunks. So this is one of my bins of cedar chunks. You pan up and goes all the way up there. I kind of built this, if you haven't seen before, kind of like one of those like bulk bins at the grocery store where you pull from the bottom and the top kind of comes down. That's how that works. So, but the issue is with these bins is it's not very accessible right now. I have fur in my backyard still, and so I had to back up my truck right there. Had to go from this point and walk over to the truck to load the truck, which is kind of a bummer, but it is what it is. But these bins seem to work out great. So if you're new to the channel, I get free. This is all the cedar here is free. I have a local guy, who will take cedar logs and get them milled, and then he will carve them into statues: salmon, Bigfoot, whatever it is, bears, and then he has scraps. And we connected several years ago, and I accept anything that he is willing to bring to me, drop it in my house for free, and then I either burn it myself or I flip it. So I think a lot of you would turn your nose up at cedar, but it is now almost, it's not peak summertime, but it's now warm enough to have campfires, bonfires outside. So now I'm getting pings on cages of cedar. So I sold one this morning, and that was delivered. And I have one more this afternoon to be delivered. Each cage of the cedar is going to be $90. That is loosely thrown in, and it sells. I don't know what to tell you. Like, if you go outside to throw it in, yes, it burns fast, it burns hot, but I think it's at a great price point. But that's what it is. So we're going to load right now real quick. After that, I'll talk more about the cedar and the cages. All right, she is loaded, ready to rock and roll. So this is loaded cage, okay? Loaded cage, rock and roll, loosely tossed, okay? Now, I use a cage because it fits in my truck. My truck can't hold a cord, okay? It's a not a firewood truck, okay? This is a family vehicle, and I know I beat it up, and people put fun at me, but it is what it is. I use this to deliver firewood when I do deliver. Most of the time, people buy firewood at my firewood stand, but when I do sell bulk, like this here, this is what I'm talking about, bulk. This is bulk here. So I just took 2 pictures. I sent that to the customer, and then what I'll do is I'll take this mesh tarp, cover it, and then I'll cinch it down with a ratchet strap because I don't want this falling out. I hope all of you out there, if you're going to run a chainsaw with PPE on, that you're going to secure your firewood loads, okay? Anything in a truck or trailer, secure it. Make sure it's not going to fall out, hit someone, hit a car. It's just take the extra few seconds and a few more dollars, spend the money and the time, strap it up, secure it so it doesn't fall out and hurt someone, okay? That's just my little 2 cents for the day right there, okay? So I use these cages, yes, because it fits my truck, and two, because it's like, as I had mentioned before on my channel, it's a unit of measurement. You and me may deal with firewood every day. You and I may think about firewood every day or every minute or every hour of every day, but not all people do that. Not all people think, know, breathe, sleep, dream about firewood like you and I do, right? So when you advertise a rank a row, or a third of a cord, or a half a cord, or a full cord, people may not know what that is. Or they may know what that is by definition, but they can't picture it in their mind. It's hard for a lot of people to wrap their minds around, if I spend X amount of money and I'm going to get Y amount of wood, what exactly is that? So I use these cages as a user measurement because they see the pictures in the ad and say, oh, okay, I understand what that is. I have seen those before. That looks to me like that is enough wood for a campfire or bonfire wood, or for the value of the money, X amount of wood is worth Y amount of money. So this is what I use. And I tell it in my ad that it loosely tossed and it's between 1/3 and 1/4 of a cord of wood. Now you can argue how much wood is in here. That's fine. You can do measurements and you can calculate it. But this wood here does not stack well because it's cedar chunks. It doesn't stack very well. So I loosely toss it, and I have not had complaints of this system. The system works. I delivered to a new customer this morning. I drove there. I chucked it off. I handed a few pieces to their daughter, and the daughter put it in the truck by pile too. Awesome customer service. I was in and out, no problem, and she tipped me. Why? Because this quality wood and quality service. Rock and roll, folks. This is how you make money off of free wood. Okay, taking free wood and flip it. Okay, all this hard work that you did in the fall and winter time, now it's paying off. Now it's dry, ready to rock and roll. Now you can sell it and make that money. So that's how I do it. Okay, get a cage, get a truck, get firewood, throw it in there, make that money. Okay, now right here next to me here, pan over, is also a bin of cedar chunks, but these are small pieces here. So I get all shapes and sorts and sizes for my cedar guy, and I save most pieces. Most pieces I save. The smaller ones, they're obviously a lot smaller than like these chunks here, right? I save these and I sell them by the garbage can load for $30, and I sell them as kindling. Okay, and the kindling does not have to be cedar. It does not have to be in straight long pieces. It can be scrapped like this. Okay, and this all this stuff sells. So I'm taking literally garbage. I'm selling it. So anyway, the point of the episode is not flipping firewood, not promoting cages. I'm sharing with you, if I'm going to sell bulk firewood, this is how I do it. I don't sell cords in my wood yard. I sell firewood at my firewood stand, and when I do sell bulk, this is what I'm talking about. This is my bulk sales. Okay, and so far so good. This is all money in the bank. Okay, this is an example of selling wood. You don't have to do what I do. Find your own way. I implore you to find your own way to sell firewood. And again, I maintain on my channel, I can sell any type of firewood. Any type of firewood I can sell. I have sold punky wood. I have sold dirty wood. I have sold rotten wood. All sizes, all chunks. My bonfire wood, it's all gnarly and huge. I sell it all. I sell it all. I find a market for it, and I sell it. Okay? You just have to make sure that you find a market for it. Okay? Obviously, I'm not going to sell a cage of punky wood for $120. No, it may go for maybe $50. Okay? So price your wood accordingly. What people would pay for it, what you would pay for it. So don't go out there and gouge people. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that you find a market for any type of firewood. Anyway, that's this episode. Thank you for tuning in. Until next time, remember, life's too short to be a prick, so be kind to one another. Rock and roll, stay safe, keep cutting. Cheers.